Record button. All right, we're recording.
Excellent. Well then, I guess somebody should probably do an intro. I think it's my turn.
I think it's your turn.
Good afternoon, good morning, or good evening, and welcome to the Blurring the Lines podcast, episode 130. I am your host, Peter Nicolaitis, and joining me, as always, my co-host, Adam, SublimeComp.com, Bell.
That is me. I've never signed my name like that, but yeah, they don't
But
call
you
me
will
Tater
now.
Salad.
No, I think someone else has laid claim to that one.
Yeah.
How's it going, man?
I am doing well. You were humming a line before we started, which was really nothing, but it kind of sounded like the Bewitched theme, which we watched the new version of Bewitched with Will Ferrell. Not new. It was a movie that they made with Will Ferrell and Nicole Kidman back in like 2009, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And it was actually really funny. It was really good. I mean, normally, Will Ferrell can be kind of, it's a hit or miss, sometimes it's dirty and sometimes it's hilarious. And
Yes.
sometimes it's both.
There you go.
But
yeah,
it was
I'm
really
not a huge Will Ferrell fan, but he has his moments.
Mm-hmm. But it was good. It was they didn't try to recreate Bewitched, which was it was still around that and it was still called Bewitched, but it's still, there was a lot of things going on with it, and but they didn't try to recreate the show, which really kind of saved it. It made it they could be what they wanted to be without trying to be the show, and it was fun. It was
Good.
maybe worth checking out.
How now have they or will they remake I Dream of Jeannie?
I don't know.
Because that was pretty much the same show, right?
Yeah. I liked both of them when I was a kid, on the reruns, of course.
Yeah. Well, there you go. How old are we?
Neither of us were alive in the 60s.
Correct. That I can confidently say. That's true. So I have a few little updates.
All right.
Remember, now I don't remember if we talked about this on the show if we were recording, but remember I was talking about video display resolution problems using my my HP ProBook and connecting to the external display port. And how it did not want to well, first off, it just like stopped working. And then, not the laptop, but my display was like not doing anything. And I was being lazy. And so I just opened a tech support ticket and they're like, yep, ship it back to us and we'll figure out what's going on. And they didn't ask me to swap the cables, which would have been my first instinct, but I didn't have a cable to swap. So I didn't do that. Right. So then I did that because you were like, well, geez, think about it, man. If you just do the swap of the cable, you're going to save yourself the hassle of packing the thing up and shipping it and being without it for probably weeks and then having it shipped back to you. And I'm sort of embellishing. You didn't say all those things, but they were implied. They were strongly implied. And I was just like, yeah, you know what? He's right. I'm just being lazy. And, but I was like, I don't have a spare cable to try. So I ordered another cable. Turns out after I did that, I did have a spare cable to try. And sure enough, when I did, it worked.
Ta-da!
So yeah, but then what I found was for whatever reason, my laptop was failing to drive the monitor because it's an ultra wide display. Here, let me show you, dear listeners. You guys can actually get a peek at my hang on a second, let me change something here, move some stuff so it's at least easier to see. There.
Ta-da.
So that's
Man.
that's my normal setup right there with lots and lots of monitors, but you can see the one in the middle, it's just a big giant long ultra wide screen, which in hindsight I don't know that I would buy another one of these again. Just because the vertical resolution is kind of low, I guess so I really should have splurged. I only paid like $300 for this one, and if I had paid like 6 or 7, I would have gotten, you know, like a Retina display with really ultra high definition. So next time. But anyway, my HP ProBook at one point was driving its own internal display as well as this external display, both at maximum resolution. And then it stopped doing that. And I asked with HP what was going on, and they said, no, it's not possible. It doesn't have enough video memory to actually do that. I'm like, but I've seen it do it on multiple occasions. But it's like after every other reboot or something, it would dumb down so that both would be in 1920 pixels by what, 1050 or 1080 or some such. So I just couldn't get it to do it again. Well, I did try finally disabling the onboard display, and now I have the ultra wide. So given a choice between 2 displays, one of them running in fuzzy, yucky resolution, I'll take the giant one because that's the equivalent of 2 monitors, you know, 2 normal monitors anyway.
Right.
So that was a little bit of an update. So a little extra troubleshooting, more than I wanted to spend, but you know, it saved me the hassle of mailing this stupid thing back and being without it for a long time. So, so that's my techie update there.
Techie update. Cool.
Techie update. And then, yeah, what about you? Any techie updates? Any non-techie updates?
Techie updates. No, yes and no. I'm testing a gimbal based handheld camera for my iPhone. But I mean, you hold it, it's kind of like a selfie stick, but a very intelligent selfie stick that holds the gimbal so that you could record video and like pan around and it looks like, you know, your movie quality kind of thing. And it will also it'll follow your face and stuff, you know, so like if you're recording and you move around a little bit, it'll pan. It doesn't go fast though. Like just moving around real quickly, it takes it a little bit to catch up to it. And if you get out of its range too quickly, it'll just lose you altogether because of the finding your face. But I'm not ready to call it nifty yet. I've only been playing with it for, you know, not even a 24 hours yet. So
it's not nifty yet. But
it's not nifty yet. It could be nifty. It could be nifty. And one of the things that it will do, which I haven't got it to do well yet, is they call it the inception mode, where that scene in the movie where the you know, that's going forward and then makes a full 360, you know. So supposedly I can do that. I've kind of pulled it off, but I want to get it right, and then it will be nifty.
So then we'll see you walking on the ceiling. Is that what happens?
Something like that.
Okay. Well, we will pause our further nifty discussions until we get to that section of the podcast. But I have something that's really nifty.
All right.
Really unsafe as well, but really nifty.
Really nifty. Cool.
So yes. So fitness updates. You and I continue to do our 100 push-ups per day. Today, in a rarity, I completed mine before noon.
Yeah, before the podcast. I was like,
yeah. So yeah, today I did them all in sets of 25, and I have gotten back. I'm putting squats back into it. Now, yesterday I only did squats with my first set of 25 because I followed up that with another 10K run, my usual. Only at my coach's suggestion, I did my best to increase my cadence, the number of steps per minute. So the last 2 times I've gone out, I've put on a playlist. The first time I did it, because my average cadence used to be around 155 steps per minute. Coincidentally, my heart rate was also around 155 beats per minute.
Okay.
Which is kind of funny, right? So then, and I shared these with you. I sent you these images.
You wear your heart on your soul.
Apparently, or on my watch, right?
Yeah.
So I put on at someone's suggestion. They said, well, you know, you should try to target like 5 to 10 beats or steps per minute more than what you do now. So I found a playlist on Apple Music for 165 beats per minute.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that. Well, turns out that I was off. I was trying to like figure it out, and I was definitely, you know, like moving faster. So, you know, taking lots of steps. I didn't realize I was over, because at the end of my 10K run, I actually averaged 182 steps per minute. So I was out of sync. So I was like, but that said, I mean, it felt like work, but not like I'm dying work. It was like, okay, I was definitely faster because I shaved like 30 seconds off my time over the whole 10K.
Yeah.
So I did like, you know, 9 minutes and 33 seconds or something on average for the whole 10K, which is pretty good for me.
Yeah.
So yesterday I went out again, and this time I played a 180 beats per minute playlist. And I actually averaged like 175 or something like that steps per minute. So I was a little slow. And it's interesting because I could feel when it's coming, like certain things would happen, and I could feel myself get lazy, and all of a sudden I'm missing a beat. I'm like, oh, pay attention, pay attention. This time, however, I did the entire run in 56 minutes. So my average was 8 minutes, 59 seconds per mile over the whole 10K,
Yeah.
which for me, it's pretty good. So I'm kind of sold on this whole 180 steps per minute kind of thing. I'm a convert. I have not yet tried. I've only done it twice. I have not yet tried it on a trail run. So that's going to be interesting to see what it's like out in the woods. But essentially, you know, I'm taking smaller steps. So you're taking a lot more steps and smaller. The theory is that it's, you know, that's more efficient. And I had resisted it for some time because, especially because of my yoga training, there was a heavy emphasis on every body is different. And skeletal variation is huge. So my thought was, well, then how can, say, using a Game of Thrones reference, the Mountain and Tyrion Lannister be expected to take the same number of steps per minute and have it be efficient for both of them? That just does not make sense. Well, obviously there's a little bit of averages, you know, up and down. But it seems to work. And the first time I did it, my heart rate was a lot higher. When I did it yesterday, my heart rate was only about 10 beats per minute over average. It was like in the 160s range. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm definitely going to try it again. It's different for me now running with music, because usually I'll listen to podcasts, but podcasts don't do anything to keep your pace up. You know, there's no metronome effect. So yeah, that's my my fitness report.
Cool. Yep. And we're still plugging along at the 100 a day. So then, yeah, of course I mix mine up. Like I do different things, you know, like for sit-ups, and toes the bar instead of sit-ups at times. And then today was bench press day at the gym, one of my favorite days.
Now remind me, do you do the gym every day?
I typically do 3 days in the gym and 2 days yoga.
Got it. Okay.
But I think next week I'm off because I'm doing construction at my farm. But I think the following week I'm going to change to 5 days a week for a few weeks.
Ooh. So that's one thing where my running coach has been saying, he always recommends 3 weeks on, 1 week off for running. And I have not diligently followed that.
Yeah.
But this time around, I did take a couple of days off. So last week, for instance, on Thursday, I did a 10K. Friday, I did 5K. Saturday, I did 5K. And then I didn't do anything until like Tuesday. So I took a couple days off. So I'm still trying to get into that. I don't know, just, you know, he's like, it's not that you're not doing anything. You're just not doing like intense cardio running stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'll still do yoga and stuff, and I'll go mountain biking and things like that, but not the same, you know, not the same level of like cardio burn, like running. So I'm still playing on that, because it feels to me like every time I take a full week off, it feels like it takes me like 2 weeks to recover to get back to where I was.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, that doesn't feel like progress. So,
Well, we a lot of times call that a CrossFit active recovery, doing something where you're still active,
yes,
but you're not. I mean, your body is being allowed to rest because you're not overtaxing it, but you're not
exactly.
sitting eating chips on the couch, because I always feel like crap. I mean,
Yeah.
if I
Yeah.
go on vacation, I feel if I'm going to be gone for a week or 2 weeks, even that I mean, that 2 weeks is a long break, but I feel really good day 2 or 3 into vacation. I'm like, hey, I feel healthy. I've got good wind.
Mm-hmm.
Day
That's
4, I get more lethargic.
yep.
Yeah, I don't feel like getting up and walking today.
Uh-huh. I'm thinking that maybe I'll try, for my weeks, my rest or recovery weeks, maybe I'll just do 5Ks,
Hmm.
you know? So, and I'm trying to figure out today. I'm tempted to go out and do it, today and go for just a 5K, because I'm going to do another one tomorrow morning with this running group that I'm a part of.
Hmm.
But we'll see. We'll see.
Cool.
So, yeah. All right. What else we got?
So in the news, not just this week, but it's been recently. So Social Security, as part of COVID relief, economic relief, they are offering to defer Social Security payments for employees at the employer's discretion, whether they want to offer that for their employees. To
When you say
def-
payments, do you mean contributions, or who's
what
paying who, or who's not paying who?
the employee is not paying
Got it.
the government. The
Got it.
employer is still required to
Okay.
pay their portion of Social Security, but the employee is allowed to defer it until January, and at that point they have to start paying it all back.
So
Now
you'd have to pay an accelerated rate to catch up,
you
or
pay it
what?
at the same rate, so it took you, depending on 4 months, you pay it back over 4 months.
Okay, so you'd have to pay like double in
Double
the next
your,
four
yeah,
months.
you just end up
Okay.
paying double your Social Security. It's such a little amount of money to
Mm,
benefit, and the only way that it really would work out is I wonder if they're planning on deferring it, uh, like making people just not pay it back.
forgiving it.
Forgiving
You
it.
mean?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. You're right. Forgiving it,
Yep.
not defer it.
Yep.
Just forgiving it. But I mean, I didn't offer that for my company. I mean, it
Yep.
made no sense. Plus, in in playing fair with the rest of the United States, I mean, my people have been able to work at their same normal 100% salary. So they haven't
Mm-hmm.
been, and their spouses have been able to work who, who are
Yeah.
working. So there was no hardship for my people.
Right.
So it didn't make sense to take advantage of this, if you call
Yep.
taking advantage of it, because
Yeah.
we're doing okay. So the right thing is not to take it. so,
Bingo.
so
Yeah. It doesn't. Yeah. I don't know. These things, these deferred payment back, kind of things. I don't. It often seems to me you're just kicking the can down the road, and it reminds me, like in the early 2000s, of zero interest loans,
yeah.
which led to the whole economic collapse of 2008.
Hmm.
I remember hearing those ads on the radio. It's like, how does that work? This doesn't make any sense. And it was like, oh, it's zero interest for now. And then all of a sudden, at the end of the zero interest term, you're paying through the nose. And what do you know? People across the country are losing their houses, and economic collapse. Boom.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So
Well, I have never in my entire life taken a payday loan.
I did once. Oh, not a payday loan. I one time, and I didn't have to, but I one time took a short-term loan, Paradigm Consulting. So I should say that Paradigm Consulting Corp. Um, took a Paradigm Consulting company, not corp, my corporation, Paradigm Consulting, did once borrow to make payroll. But by the time we had the money, we had received our payables and I didn't actually need it.
Yeah.
So going the other way. But yeah, payday loan, like where I'll give you, you'll give me a $500 now, and at the end of the week you get my $1,000 paycheck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that no one should do that, like, ever.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how people who own those live with themselves. Sleep at night. I mean,
there are a lot of evil, unscrupulous people in the world. That's how.
yeah. Yeah. So, but anyway, so that's where that one is. And then I was doing some other research on COVID, and I happened to run across some really stupid questions that made me laugh, and I I thought we
and one of those, I think, is the show title right there.
Well, and just to be clear, I'm not being insensitive to people who have lost family members or to COVID, and I mean, because it is not a joke, but these are funny things of people just being dumb people, and like, come on, if you used your brain, you would know the answer to this question.
I have one to add to this list too, but I'll let you go first for a few of them.
Oh yeah, certainly. So the first one in the list of stupid questions: does drinking alcohol prevent coronavirus disease?
So early on, this was back in March, I believe, there was a German infectious disease expert who said, like, sure, why not? It's possible that drinking, enough alcohol could help you, recover. Now, like, and I would think he's probably right if the exact circumstances are perfectly lined up. As in, you and I are sitting there together, you sneeze or cough, you infect me, and I take a shot of 100 proof vodka.
And kill the virus.
And kills the virus before it actually enters my body and does anything. I could see that happening.
It is possible.
Possible.
Yeah.
Full disclosure, neither Adam nor I are infectious disease experts. We're not doctors. We don't play one on the internet. We're not even close.
Yeah. We're talking out one side of our rear end.
Bingo. Bingo.
The next one, which I still think is funny, I'm like, really? Can I have sex during coronavirus pandemic?
And that's our show title.
Then the other one, which I thought was really, really dumb. When should I seek emergency medical care if I'm sick with COVID-19? And then here were some signs and examples of when you should seek emergency care immediately. One, trouble breathing. Anytime you have trouble breathing, you should seek medical care. Yes. If you're having trouble breathing right now and it's not asthma and it won't be fixed by a puff of albuterol, you should probably go see medical help.
I concur.
Persistent pain or pressure in the chest. Yep.
Also a good time to seek medical attention.
Also bad thing. What I thought was new confusion. That was one on the list. New confusion. What is that?
So I'm taking a business law class right now. And my homework assignment for this week has me newly confused. Should I seek medical attention?
Apparently. I mean, I didn't,
Because I'm confused. There's an example here where, like, Donna owes Barclays Bank $10,000 and Harvey Hedge Fund buys the debt for $8,000. Who is she assigning or is she delegating the debt? And then if she is, depending on how you answer, who is the assignee and the assignor, the debtor and the debt, or the delegator and the delegatee? I'm confused.
I'm confused now.
Yeah. And you can ask the lady in the tube symptoms of COVID-19 and stuff, right?
Oh no, I didn't know that one.
So you don't have any of her devices with a screen, do you?
No, I don't.
See, I have one in my kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
and I was considering moving it somewhere else, but I've got the Echo Spot in my kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And so she'll periodically show news headlines, weather, recipes, and also COVID stuff. So you can ask her, like, what's my risk of getting COVID-19? Give me suggestions, play the hand washing song. So these are all things that you don't know because you don't have one of her with a screen. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So that'd be cool. So next one, inability to wake or stay awake. You should definitely
I have days like that. Just like, you know what? I'm getting tired. I better call
yeah.
for help.
The next one, which is a big duh, bluish lips or face.
Yeah, that's again not restricted to coronavirus.
Yeah. If you've got bluish lips or face, period, yes,
Yes.
you need to go to get help. And then you had added the is it safe to open a package from China?
That was awesome. So that was one that Dr. Anthony Fauci was talking about back in, like when he did one of his first webinars or conference, thingamabobbers.
Mm-hmm.
And as like, because people are getting these, made in China packages. Is it safe? And like, okay, yeah, the virus, had it been on there, will have died by the time you get a package from China.
China. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you didn't order it from China, then yeah, I'd be concerned.
Well, you never know. Sometimes you order something from Amazon and it's coming direct from Shenzhen province. So,
Uh-huh. And
but
it usually takes 8 weeks and you've forgotten that you bought it.
bingo, exactly. Now, interesting segue. Have you heard what's going on with WeChat and TikTok?
Uh, Wii? Like the Wii? Like
No,
Nintendo Wii?
nope. WE
Oh,
chat.
okay.
Yes.
No.
No, this is yeah. So, in another shining example of his brilliance, our carrot in chief has decreed that TikTok and WeChat will be banned in the United States as of Sunday.
I wish you could see the dumbfounded face that I have on right now.
Oh, I
What?
can. I
Yeah.
can. You're on video.
Yeah.
So, was it about a month or so ago? He ordered that ByteDance needed to sell controlling interest of TikTok to an American company.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I don't know what's motivating this, other than I think there's a bunch of people who are using TikTok to belittle this guy, and he's taking it personally, and therefore he's striking back against these social media platforms, which are owned and based in China, based by Chinese companies.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and also they have, along with a lot of different apps, e.g. LinkedIn, had excessive accesses to data on people's phones.
Mm-hmm.
For example, LinkedIn was found around the same time, about a month or so ago, was found to be keeping copies of everything on the clipboard. They were constantly reading your
What?
clipboard on your
So like
iPhones.
so like when I made an entry from my LastPass onto my clipboard and pasted that into a website, brilliant.
And they gave a very George Costanza response. Was like, oh, was that bad? Should I not have done that?
Should I not? I always wanted to
So
pretend to be an architect. You know that.
yeah, exactly. Art Vandelay. So this is one of the reasons I believe that iOS 14 now has more granular privacy controls. So
Mm-hmm.
another segue. Have you upgraded to iOS 14 yet?
I had not up until just like right now.
So I have, and I also updated my Apple Watch to watchOS 7. And I got to
Mm-hmm.
say, so far, I am very happy. This has been probably my best iOS and watchOS upgrade since that I can recall, like
Mm-hmm.
ever. Every time I've done this, either the overall operating system has gotten slower, or it was temporarily super slow
Mm-hmm.
during the upgrade process and for days afterwards. And WatchOS 6, when they first came out, was horrific. And it
Mm-hmm.
was like they were releasing updates like every couple of days, just
Killed your
just to.
batteries too, and
Oh, it was horrible. It was insanely bad. So this time, my iPhone doesn't seem any different performance wise, and it does have a lot of nice new features. My watch is definitely snappier. It is noticeably faster. And I'm very happy about that because it is now officially out of Apple Care. So I can't get a new one anymore until unless I actually buy it. So so far I'm happy. I have not noticed, if anything, battery life has been very good, and the new features are pretty cool. So
mm-hmm.
I'm enjoying them. I'm experimenting with the app library on my home, to have a cleaner home screen,
Mm-hmm.
which is, and I've got some widgets on the home screen now, which is stuff that Android has had for like a decade.
Yeah.
But the app library, I'm kind of like finding it out of questionable use because I have always done that myself. I have organized apps myself.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's doing it for me. So I'm trying it. But what I've noticed is if an app has a notification badge, I don't see it unless it's on the home screen.
Okay.
For example, a phone call. I did not have a phone icon on my home screen, and I had like 5 phone calls yesterday. I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
So I moved the phone icon back onto my home screen. So I've got Siri suggesting apps for me, and it's pretty good. It's like there are a handful of apps that I run regularly all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm playing with it. Not exactly sold on it just yet, but I'm playing with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I enabled some new shortcuts. The bedtime routine now allows you to schedule multiple bedtime routines. It used to only be all or nothing.
Uh-huh.
So for me, for instance, like Monday through Wednesday, I would tend to wake up earlier. So I had to have Monday through Wednesday, here's my bedtime routine. Friday, nothing. Saturday, an alarm go off at this time. But it wouldn't remind me. It wouldn't do like the whole bedtime routine. So now those are customizable. So that's pretty cool too.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so lots of neat little features, and yeah, I'm so far I think they've done a pretty good job. I have not, knock on wood, witnessed massive instability, massive performance degradation. So
Nice.
good job, Apple. Pay attention to quality for once. I like that. Good on you.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, do we have anything else, or should we move on to something nifty? Something else nifty, I should say.
Something else nifty. That looks interesting. Yes, I'd
I
like to hear
thought you
what
might
this
be
nifty.
interested in that.
I'd like to. I'd like to know more.
Yeah, so Kalashnikov, the very famous Russian firearms maker, has released a smart shotgun,
First shotgun for iPhone.
an Internet of Things shotgun. File this under what could possibly go wrong. I don't even want to go there. I mean, like, supposedly there have been there was a test case where hackers were able to get remote control of the thing and cause it to miss its target and then aim at other targets. Um, uh, do we need an internet connected freaking shotgun?
I, as an IT guy, no.
Yeah. I mean, of course, the first thing I asked was like, I wonder if it works with IFT, because I paid for the IFT Pro subscription. So can I say like, if motion detected at my front door and I am not at home, shoot.
Yeah. Well, it's funny that you say this because I was just thinking last weekend when I was down at the farm is I was thinking I've got a glass front or I've got a glass window in my front door. And I was thinking, if I had a shotgun that was just pointed at the window. Like if you looked at the window and you saw a shotgun sticking out behind the glass, obviously, you'd probably not stick around for very long.
I would do my best to get out of the line of fire as quickly as possible and probably not come back.
Yeah. I know. So then I was also thinking, it'd be cool. Did you ever play Team Fortress?
I did. Half-Life.
Half-Life.
Yep.
Yeah.
Half-Life Team Fortress. I remember that.
And
yes.
and the engineers could put out these mobile turret guns, and you threw them down, you built it up, but then when you came in, the mobile turret gun came out. I said, it'd be awesome. This would just be a fun project, is to build a mobile turret gun, put it out on my porch, not an actual mobile turret gun, but one that has a motion sensor and could detect things. And if you walked by, it followed you and looked like a turret gun. That'd be disconcerting too.
Awesomely scary.
Yeah.
Boy.
I got a friend who would love one of those.
Yeah, great. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Whew. So yeah, it's nifty. I don't know if it's a good thing, but yes, you can now buy an IoT shotgun.
Oh.
I mean, I think I'm ready to call it early on this one, just because of that.
So mobile turret shotgun. Wonder if there is one of those. I'm gonna do a Google search on that. Mobile turret.
I'm sure. Oh, I'm sure there are.
All right. Well, very good.
Yeah.
Well, I think we had a lot of fun today.
I think we did. Yeah. Well, let's end on a high note. There's something else I'm going to share with you, but I'm going to send it privately.
Okay.
Because I mean, we generally try to keep this relatively clean, but this headline is on the border. Yep. So, dear listener, if you would like to get in touch with us and submit a good, IoT, suggestion or a nifty, give us some feedback, talk about running, talk about business, talk about COVID-19, you can get in touch with us at blurringthelinespodcast.com. There's a contact form there. You can also find Adam on Twitter at SublimeComp. You can find me on Twitter at Nicolaitis. Adam's website is sublimecomp.com. My website is paradigmcc.com or nicolaitis.com or yogawithpeter.com. So all over the place. You can find us, send us your feedback. We want to hear it. We love feedback. Feedback is like crack for podcasters, as one of my fellow podcast co-hosts used to say. So, and on that note, Adam, would you care to do the honors?
I think I shall. Hit the big red button.